If you're driving a manual transmission and doing any of these 5 things, you're literally destroying your car and burning money with every mile. I've seen drivers turn a perfectly good clutch into expensive scrap metal in just a few hours by making these mistakes. So, whether you're a seasoned stick-shift driver or just learning, pay attention because your wallet depends on it. Let's jump right into the first mistake that's costing drivers thousands. Number 1. Never rest your foot on the clutch pedal. Here's something that seems harmless, but is actually one of the fastest ways to destroy your transmission. That dead pedal to the left of your clutch? It exists for a reason. Your clutch pedal is not a footrest, and even the slightest pressure you think you're not applying is actually engaging the clutch. When you rest your foot on the clutch pedal, you're forcing the clutch to slip constantly. This creates heat and friction that wears out the clutch disc prematurely. But it gets worse. You're also keeping the clutch release bearing in constant contact with the clutch cover, creating unnecessary friction and wear. The result? That distinctive burning smell, followed by complete clutch failure and a repair bill that can easily cost you $3,000 to $5,000. Modern clutches are designed to last well over 100,000 miles with proper driving. But this one habit can kill your clutch in under 20,000 miles. Number 2. Never use your clutch to hold the car on hills. Picture this scenario. You're stopped on a hill behind traffic, and instead of using your handbrake, you decide to hold the car in place by keeping the clutch at the biting point. This feels natural, but you're essentially turning your clutch into an expensive brake pad. When you hold the clutch at the biting point, you're creating a situation where one friction surface is spinning at one speed while the other is spinning at a different speed. This is exactly like rubbing your hands together rapidly. The friction generates massive amounts of heat that literally burns away the clutch material. Professional driving instructors will tell you the correct technique. When stopped on a hill, engage your handbrake, put the car in neutral, and release the clutch completely. When you're ready to move off, engage the clutch, put the car in first gear, find the biting point, and then slowly release the handbrake as you complete the clutch engagement. This technique protects your clutch and gives you complete control. Many modern manual cars even have hill hold assistance that automatically holds the brakes for a few seconds after you release the brake pedal, giving you time to engage the clutch and accelerator smoothly. Number 3. Never keep your car in gear at traffic lights. This is probably the most common mistake manual drivers make, and it's slowly destroying multiple components in your transmission. When you're stopped at a red light with the clutch pressed in and the car in first gear, you're putting unnecessary strain on the entire clutch system. Keeping the clutch depressed means the clutch release bearing is constantly pressed against the diaphragm spring. This creates continuous wear on components that are designed for intermittent use, not constant pressure. Over time, this leads to premature failure of the clutch release bearing, master cylinder, and other hydraulic components. You might notice symptoms, like the clutch pedal occasionally sticking down or not returning as smoothly as it used to. These are early warning signs of clutch system failure caused by this habit. Number 4. Never flat foot shift or power shift. This mistake is popular among drivers who think they're being sporty, but they're actually being expensive. Flat foot shifting means keeping the accelerator fully pressed while shifting gears, essentially asking your clutch and transmission to do all the rev matching work for you. When you keep your foot on the accelerator during shifts, you're forcing the clutch to absorb the difference in engine speed and transmission speed. This puts enormous strain on the clutch friction surfaces and can cause them to overheat and fail rapidly. The proper technique involves lifting off the accelerator completely during each shift, allowing the engine RPM to drop naturally, then smoothly engaging the clutch as you apply throttle again. This gives the clutch the best chance to make clean contact without slipping. Even professional race car drivers who need lightning-fast shifts don't flat foot shift in street cars. They use techniques like heel-toe downshifting and proper rev matching because they understand the mechanical stress involved. Number 5. Never make direction changes without stopping. This mistake can destroy your transmission in seconds. Some drivers try to shift from forward to reverse or reverse to forward while the car is still moving, even slightly. This is like trying to change the direction of a spinning wheel by jamming a stick into the spokes. Most modern cars have safeguards that prevent you from engaging reverse while moving forward, but don't test these systems. The mechanical stress of trying to engage opposing gears while the car has momentum can damage gear teeth, synchronizers, and transmission cases. Always come to a complete stop before changing direction. This applies to automatic transmissions too, but it's especially critical in manual transmissions where you have direct mechanical control over gear selection. The transmission components are precisely engineered to handle rotational forces in specific directions. When you try to reverse these forces suddenly, something has to give, and it's usually an expensive internal component. Bonus tip: never coast in neutral to save fuel. Many drivers mistakenly think putting the car in neutral while going downhill or approaching a stop will improve fuel economy. But modern fuel-injected engines actually use very little or no fuel when coasting in gear with your foot off the throttle. Coasting in neutral eliminates engine braking, reduces your control over the vehicle, and forces you to rely entirely on your brakes, which can cause brake overheating on long downhills. You also lose the ability to quickly accelerate if needed for safety. Keep the car in an appropriate gear to maintain control and let the engine help with deceleration. This habit is not only potentially dangerous, but actually counterproductive for fuel economy in modern cars. The engine control unit cuts fuel delivery when coasting in gear, making it more efficient than idling in neutral. The bottom line is that manual transmissions are incredibly robust and can last hundreds of thousands of miles when treated properly. But they're also unforgiving of abuse. Every one of these mistakes costs money, either in premature wear, expensive repairs, or both. The good news is that avoiding these mistakes is simple once you understand the mechanical principles involved. Treat your clutch like the precision instrument it is. Use your handbrake for holding on hills. Put the car in neutral when stopped. Lift off the accelerator when shifting, and always come to a complete stop before changing direction. Your transmission will reward you with smooth, reliable operation for years to come. And your bank account will thank you for avoiding those catastrophic repair bills. Drive smart, and that manual transmission will give you decades of engaging, connected driving experience. There you have it. Things you should never do in a manual transmission vehicle. If this video was helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. You made it this far. I really appreciate you.